Can you actually live in the mountains of Tennessee and not spend $1 million? Well, today we are going to break down if that's true or false, and we are going to highlight one of the most amazing neighborhoods in Roan Mountain, Tennessee, Orchard Meadows, and we're going to specifically highlight a home located at 538 Burbank Road. Now, this listing is presented by yours truly. So while we're going to highlight the specific listing in this specific neighborhood and all the amenities you can expect, we're also going to give you insight into what you can expect if you're looking to move to Roan Mountain, Tennessee. Hey y'all, I'm DJ. I'm with the Slivka Property Group here in Northeast Tennessee, centrally located in Johnson City. I am the only agent on my team. Please reach out to me if you're looking to relocate to this area. Do me a favor, subscribe to our channel. Each week we are dropping videos just like this to help you figure out if this area is the best for you. So who's Roan Mountain, Tennessee for? Well, if you are looking to move to an area with low humidity because of higher elevations, relatively no traffic whatsoever, you want to get out of the busy suburban life, you value community, you value space, you value autonomy, the ability to just get out there and be alone. Y'all, I think Roan Mountain may be the place for you. So while everything I may say, you can think to yourself, man, I could just find this stuff on Google. That's actually what we're also going to talk about, what Google won't tell you about the area. So you're going to get a ton of information. Buckle up and make sure you stick around for the whole video because we are going to highlight one of the very specific listings in Roan Mountain, Tennessee that you can expect if you're looking for life in the mountains. So you decided, hey, I want to live in the mountains. I want elevation. I don't want to deal with humidity or that much of it. So where is Roan Mountain in relation to the rest of Tennessee? Well, as you can see on the map, it's right on the North Carolina border, really, really close to that state line. And it's elevated. So right at 2,579 feet. But that's not all. The most prominent peak in the area is right under 6,300 square feet. And Roan Mountain State Park is somewhere between 3,000 to 4,000 square feet, depending on where you're at. So elevation, low humidity, mountain views galore. This place is definitely something to put on your radar if you're looking for mountain living in Northeast Tennessee, but you don't want to spend $1 million. Okay, so how far away is it from everything? So believe it or not, Roan Mountain doesn't have hospitals. It doesn't have gigantic Walmarts and super centers and things of that nature. So if you're looking to be around a bigger city, this is going to be about an hour away from 3 different major cities: Bristol, Johnson City, and Boone. So it is located about an hour away from each of those areas. That's just something you're going to have to know before you look to this area. So if that doesn't matter to you whatsoever, then I would say this may be something again to put on your radar. So if you're looking to relocate here, this is again something we want to make sure you understand. This is true mountain living. This is not the suburbs of Johnson City. This is not the suburbs of Boone, North Carolina. This is high elevation, steep roads, snowfall in the winter. This is the type of living you can expect. If you are someone who likes being outdoors, Roan Mountain State Park is a beautiful place for you to go. You can fish, you can hike, you can ride your bike, you can just get out there and enjoy nature. If you're looking to visit the area and checking out this, you have to put the Rhododendron Festival on your calendar. It is one of the most beautiful displays of mountain living here in Northeast Tennessee, and I promise you, you will not regret missing it. And also, Roan Mountain State Park carries part of the Appalachian Trail in there. So Carver's Gap is a place you want to check out. We're going to talk more about it later on, but it has some of the most beautiful 360-degree mountain views in this area. My personal favorite, and something I take my wife and my kids who are 10 and under to. It is not very hard for them to traverse that peak from the parking lot to the observation point where you're going to see some gorgeous views. So if you're asking yourself, this place is an hour away from a major city. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of restaurants and grocery stores. Why are people moving here? Well, the answer may lie in the questions you're asking. Privacy, mountain living, that is really what people are after here. They also value low humidity. If you're someone who's lived in a high humidity climate, somewhere like Florida, this place is going to feel like a breath of fresh air. Actually, probably like you can actually breathe outside, but you're gonna love this area because of the elevation. The humidity is just so much lower than it would be in other parts of Tennessee. And not to mention the other parts I've already covered, but also nature, the slow pace of life, and just the gorgeous mountain views. That's why people are picking this place to move to. People don't move to Roan Mountain for convenience. They move there for peace and tranquility. So picture this, you wake up in the morning, you have your cup of coffee, your cup of tea, and you look out and you just have the most beautiful, gorgeous mountain view. Or maybe you're looking for a home in the woods and you go out and on your back deck, you sit down and there are some deer, some turkey, maybe even a bear. This is what you can expect in this area. Or maybe something like hiking is what what you really are into. Again, picture this, you're going out for a late summer night hike. The temperatures are cool, the sun is setting at Carver's Gap, and you are just experiencing nature in its truest beauty, untapped with very little light pollution all around you. So this is a key point I really want to mention. If you are moving here from Florida, Texas, New York, you're going to love this area because it feels, quite frankly, untouched. But also in that same sentence, if you want to be within 10 minutes of a Sam's Club or a Costco or a Walmart, you're also not going to like this area. So this is one of those things you have to pick between a pro and a con as far as what makes the most sense for you right now in your life. That's why I'm here. That's why I have this channel. So make sure you like and subscribe. Again, new videos are coming out every week about this area. All right, so we've covered every reason why people are moving here, why this area may not be for you. Now let's go granular. Let's talk about a neighborhood in the mountains. And you may say, DJ, you've been talking about privacy. You've been talking about why I won't have anyone around me. Well, maybe you want both. Maybe you want a neighborhood where you feel welcomed, where there may be other people like you who are relocating in a similar stage of life, maybe who have second homes, and you want that sense of connection, but at the same time, you want it in a place where the homes are all going to be well maintained, there's community standards, and that is what you're after. The Orchard Meadows neighborhood is something you have to look at. Now, we're going to highlight specifically one of my listings I have right now at 538 Burbank Road in Roan Mountain, but this is part of the Orchard Meadows neighborhood, and this is what you can expect because there are similar neighborhoods like this in the mountains of not only Roan Mountain, but of Butler, everywhere around this area, Mountain City, that you can expect items like this and amenities like this. So while neighborhoods normally have subdivided plots and it feels like you're really close to each other, because of the trees, because of the layout of the neighborhood, it really actually doesn't feel like you're right on top of each other. Specifically in Orchard Meadows, there is a stream that runs through the back of the home I have listed at 538 Burbank. And wow, is that some of the most beautiful scenery you can expect for a nighttime drink off that back porch. So with that being said, Orchard Meadows really feels like a mountain retreat and not so much a neighborhood or a subdivision. So what else can you expect in neighborhoods like this? Privacy without total isolation, retiree-friendly environment, a relaxed atmosphere, and homes designed around scenery and outdoor living. One thing you're going to immediately notice about this area and other neighborhoods like it is how quiet and calm it is. So one point to bring up again is also you're going to have the ability to disconnect within your own community because of the privacy. All right, so now let's talk specifically about a home you can expect here in Roan Mountain, Tennessee, 538 Burbank Road. So what you're gonna first realize is the beautiful scenic drive into the community. Where it's positioned in the neighborhood gives you privacy while also making sure you have some semblance of outdoor living. And because it's so elevated, you're really going to feel cool, calm temperatures most of the time. Now, this home isn't just about bedrooms and bathrooms. It's about your lifestyle. It's about your retreat. It's about where you feel the most calm in this part of your life. We mentioned it earlier on in the video, but imagine you're on this back porch, drinking your cup of coffee in the morning, hearing the stream as it goes across the rocks. That is the most calming sensation you can feel. Or maybe in the afternoon, you have company over, you have family visiting, you have friends from out of town, you have a nighttime beverage out there on that back patio. What more could you ask for serene mountain living? So you may ask yourself the question, is this type of home good if I still work? I'm not retiring, but I work from home. And the answer is yes. The sellers of this home currently have two different internet sources. They have Charter, which you can expect in this neighborhood as well, and also a Starlink backup. So if there's any sort of storm issue whatsoever, it automatically defaults to Starlink. So I'm speaking specifically to my relocating work from home person who has a family, who has people, maybe your significant other also works from home. This is what you can expect in this neighborhood. So again, we're talking about mountain living, we're talking about privacy, but at the same time, you're able to work from home. And this is how you create an atmosphere of calm and zen within your own house. So for a lot of you relocating to Northeast Tennessee, this may actually be one of the properties that is high on your list because it has everything you want: privacy, seclusion, but still standards that make sure the homes around you are kept up and well maintained, a very friendly cost price point. Maybe you're looking for a second home, maybe you're looking for something for the summer if it's too hot where you're at right now, or maybe you just want an investment property that has mountain living where you could still go to and work if you need to get something done and not be bothered by anybody. So to wrap it up about this specific house, what I have to tell you is that if you are looking to relocate or maybe move from within the area, mountain living, cabin architecture, low humidity, but still working from home with privacy and access to high-speed internet is what you're looking for, I really think you found the place. All right, so let's transition to what Google is not going to tell you about Roan Mountain, Tennessee. Isolation is going to feel different. If you are moving from an area where you are used to going to the grocery store in under 10 minutes, even if it's under 15 minutes, this is going to be a major life change for you. But at the same time, it's a slower pace of life. There's less commercial development. You're not going to see a chain of every restaurant in the area. You're going to find more locally owned restaurants, and that's going to give you an opportunity to support the local economy a lot more. And quite frankly, Google's not going to tell you that the weather's going to impact your travel a lot more. Snow is going to happen in this area. We're going to get a lot more snow here in Roan Mountain than we would where I live closer to Johnson City, and that's just something you have to realize. So if the driveway situation is one you're scared of, or maybe you're moving from out west and the snow we have around here doesn't bother you whatsoever, then this is a non-issue. But that's just something Google's not going to tell you, and that's what I'm here to help you understand. The second point that Google's not going to tell you is that the elevation changes everything. At a higher elevation, you're going to have a cooler summer because of the lower humidity, but also in the winter, you're going to have more snow because of your elevation. And really, you're going to experience really good extremes of both seasons. What I mean is that, again, in summer, it's going to be cool. There's going to be nice mountain breezes. The trees are going to give you shade. It's not going to feel as hot as it does closer to Johnson City. But at the same time, in the winter, you're still going to get that beautiful white snow that maybe some of you have actually never even seen before. All right, the third thing Google's not going to tell you about this area, that the people buying in this area or who have already bought and who live here currently are lifestyle buyers. The lifestyle they are after is currently what they have, meaning they are private, they are remote, they are off from what the normal suburban life has to offer, and that's what they hold dear to themselves. If you get in the way of that, they will be frustrated. A lot of times people talk about how Tennessee's full or someone doesn't want anyone relocating to Tennessee. Don't pay attention to those people, I promise you. But if you're looking to make Roan Mountain into something it's not, that's really where you're gonna find a lot of pushback, because if the people who lived in Roan Mountain wanted that, they wouldn't live there. All right, and the final point for what Google won't tell you about Roan Mountain, Tennessee is that you can work from home here. 538 Burbank Road has Spectrum internet, hardwired in, already there. You also have the ability to get Starlink as a backup or as a primary. So those are two different options, or you can blend both like the sellers I know have at 538 Burbank. All right, is this area gonna be a good fit for you, or do you need to avoid it? Let's get into that real quick. First of all, what I wanna say is if you are someone looking to move to this area and you're like me, you have little kids, and you are focused on creating an atmosphere for your children where they can live outside, where you can homeschool, where you can be private and be remote, this is actually going to be a really good place for you. I may have mentioned that, hey, everything's an hour away, and if that's a deal breaker, then don't look in this area. But this is somewhere where you're actually going to find people like you who are after the same way of life. If you're looking to retire to the area, maybe you're moving here from a different city, a different state where the weather's just awful. Maybe you don't have 4 seasons. Maybe you're focused on making sure that it is not humid and the heat isn't too unbearable, then living in the mountains in Roan Mountain actually may be a great fit. If you love being outside, you love nature, if you love hiking, if you love being at the park, this is going to be a great place for you. The Appalachian Trail, Roan Mountain State Park are within minutes of this area, and it's going to be something that you really, really, really are going to enjoy. Or maybe you're just looking for a second home, an investment property, or somewhere where you can be off the grid, away, unplugged, but still have some semblance of humanity. This is actually going to be a great fit for you. So who is this place not good for? Well, if you want to go out and live the club life, I think you've already probably put it together, but Roan Mountain's not going to be for you. If you need fast access to shopping, to restaurants, to convenience stores, it's not going to be for you. If you need to be be within 10 minutes of a hospital or doctors, or you have major life health complications that you have going on, this place is not going to be for you. If you want to be in a dense subdivision where every house looks the same, there's no character, everyone has the same exact type of home and layout and everything like that, this place is not going to be good for you. And honestly, this is something to bring up. If you're uncomfortable driving mountain roads, if you're uncomfortable driving a steep grade or even driving in the snow, then this is not going to be the place for you, or where you heavily talk through if this is a good or a bad place for you to live. So the biggest point I can make for you is that you have to want to live in the mountains to make sure Roan Mountain is a great place for you. Okay, as we are making sure that Roan Mountain is great for you, let's go through a couple questions. So do you need high-speed internet? If the answer is yes, what we need to do is make sure that the home you're looking at has the same or better option for you. Now again, Burbank Road, 538 Burbank Road, that neighborhood has that. There are other neighborhoods like that where you can get high-speed internet and have access to Starlink, so you can do whatever you need to do on the internet. So another point to bring up is, what type of utilities do you have? For electricity, you're gonna have some sort of local power board. Rarely does anybody have some sort of solar power, but also water. In the neighborhood in Orchard Meadows at 538 Burbank, it is a shared well, and the city water lines are a little bit lower. It would be really, really hard to bring water there. They dig a well, they make sure it's deep enough so everyone has access, and then the well and the maintenance is shared among the community members to make sure that there's always someone focused on making sure the well runs well and works appropriately. But also too, with sewer, you're most likely going to find a septic system, and if you're uncomfortable, you've never had one before, those are actually very common in the mountains and the hills and slopes of Northeast Tennessee. So don't worry about that. The best way to make sure that it is okay and it's working functionally is to have someone inspect it. So what is the grade of the home you're looking at? I'm not talking about A, B, or C. I'm talking about what's the slope, how high is the driveway, how high off the ground is the home, what does the yard look like, is there a huge slope that runs towards it, there's no grade control whatever for moisture intrusion or water. That's where you need someone local to make sure that they can give you these answers, and that's why you need to work with someone like me. Also, another topic to cover is, what is it going to be like at this home in the winter? In the neighborhood at Burbank, the HOA covers snow maintenance, so that's absolutely taken care of. You at least know you can get out of your neighborhood and get to the main road, and the main roads are almost always a lot better than the side roads, and especially neighborhood roads and private roads. And honestly, the best way to make sure that you have the answers you need for the home is just simply to get a home inspection. So all of this in this video is exactly why relocating to Northeast Tennessee is just so much more than looking at homes on Zillow. You need to reach out to somebody who has local knowledge and can assist you in this process. Just because someone's the listing agent or just because you hit the contact the agent button on Zillow doesn't mean you have the best person. The best person is going to be someone who asks you the right questions, listens to you, helps you develop a plan, and ultimately you feel like it has your best interest in mind. If you're not doing any planning whatsoever before that happens, you're honestly going to encounter some sort of issue throughout the way that could have been avoided if you asked the right questions or had someone asking those questions beforehand. And that's why I really highly encourage you to reach out to me to see if we're a good fit, number one, and also to make sure as you relocate to this area, you have answers to all the questions you're going to need. Questions you may not even know to answer. So if waking up in the mountains every morning and drinking your coffee, or relaxing on your back deck or porch or patio and experiencing nature while you work from home is something you're focused on, then reach out to me. I think 538 Burbank may actually be a really good fit for you. We help relocating buyers just like you move to this area every single month. They reach out every single week and ask us the same questions. We would love to help you. We would love to help you get the answers to the questions you need. We would love to do a consult. Reach out to me, shoot me a text, reach out on my website, give me a call, email me. Our website is actually the best way to get in contact with us, so you can search for homes there as well. And then once we get it, someone from our team, probably me, is going to reach out and connect with you, set a meeting, and we're going to get a really good plan together as you relocate to this area. I'm DJ Slivka. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel. We are putting out new videos every single week, and I really hope that this brought you some value, and I can't wait to hear from you.